Welcome, my dear listeners. Stay with me to get the spoilers first. And subscribe to the channel. Let's find out what's going to happen on The Young and the Restless. Kane is the only match. Will Malcolm live? The Young and the Restless story. The current story on The Young and the Restless has Malcolm Winter's illness turned into a full-blown family emergency. But the spoiler trail doesn't yet say for sure that Kane Ashby is the only match. The reports do show that Malcolm has aplastic anemia. Lily cannot be a donor. Holden is Malcolm's son but is also ruled out. And the show is clearly pushing Kane to be Malcolm's next big hope. That is already enough to make it seem like the whole Winters family is holding their breath in soap terms. Malcolm is the only who starts the crisis, and the show makes that moment very emotional. In the April 7 episode, Malcolm tells Lily that he has aplastic anemia and needs a bone marrow transplant. She promises not to tell Devon or Nate until he's ready. Malcolm tells Lily that he has some ways to buy time, but he clearly needs help right now. The scene is set up as a matter of life and death. That is the kind of medical soap story that changes every family relationship right away. Lily's first thought is to be the answer. She asked to be tested and holds on the hope that she might be the match he needs to save her father. But the April 8 recap makes it clear that Lily is heartbroken. She calls the hospital, finds out that her cancer treatment history makes her ineligible and is devastated. That one result changes the story from hopeful to hopeless because Lily is no longer a possible solution. She is the one who sees the time run out. Then the story drops its biggest bomb. Stephanie tells Malcolm that Holden is his biological son, which means that Lily and Holden are half siblings and that Malcolm has found a grown son he never knew he had. The recap from Soap Opera Digest says that Stephanie tells Malcolm that Holden is his son and that Holden is the only person who can save his life. The revelation is emotional enough on its own, but it is also useful. Holden is now not only part of the family mystery but also part of the search for a transplant. That hope doesn't last long either. Holden gets the result for his donor test on April 10 and finds out that he is not a match for Malcolm. The April 14 spoiler from Soap Opera Spy says that Holden tells Kane about his new family ties and asks the painful question that has been hanging over the whole story. If Holden isn't the answer, who is? The feeling that Kane is the only match comes from the title, even though the show hasn't officially confirmed that Kane is only good donor. Kane is being put in queue for that reason. According to Soap Hub's current coverage, Kane could save Malcolm's life if he is a good donor, and he could also become a hero to the Winters family. The same article says that Kane has been an outcast since he came back, so a match that saves life would be a big step toward redemption for him. In other words, Kane is no longer just a minor character in Lily's life. He is becoming the main character that the story needs. Kane's role is more interesting because he is not coming at this from a place of pure selflessness. Kane had already said he was done with Lily after her fake kidnapping plot, but Soap Hub says he still cares about her a lot. The same report says that he saw Lily crying after talking to Malcolm and tried to be nice, but she didn't want to talk to him. People who don't trust Kane would see him stepping in now as both a chance to make up for past mistakes and as an emotional opportunist. That tension is important because people are already looking closely at Kane's motives. Slave Dirty Laundry's spoiler roundup for April 13 to 17 says that Kane's desire for revenge on Victor may become less important than his desire to help Lily. It also says that Malcolm's situation could make Kane more open to talking to her. That is exactly the kind of soap change that makes a man go from being an outsider to a savior. Not because he suddenly becomes perfect, but because he is finally in the right place at the right time to do something good for someone else. The effect of Kane being a match go far beyond the transplant itself. Soap Hub says that there is no doubt that Kane could agree to be produced if it is shown that he is compatible. They also say that his selflessness could win over Lily. The article goes even further, saying that if Kane saves Malcolm, it could change everything and make Lily see him in a new light. The real emotional engine here is that saving Malcolm could also give Kane a chance to save what is left of his relationship with Lily. The situation is getting worse and worse because the spoiler trail shows that time may be running out. According to soap opera Spy's April 4 spoiler, Lily is worried about Malcolm's health and asks Stephanie if the twins might be a match. The spoiler also says everyone thought Holden would be a match, but sadly he is not. The same spoiler asks if Kane can do anything to help, which is exactly what the audience is asking right now. The number of potential donors is quickly going down, and the family is clearly running out of choices. That's why Lily's feelings are so strong. She has already missed her chance to save Malcolm, and the April 8 recap shows how sad she was when she found out she couldn't. She is also carrying the emotional weight of the new family secret about Holden, which means she has had to deal with heartbreak and revelation at the same time. If Kane is the only hope left, Lily will have to face a painful truth. The man she has been pushing away may be the one who saves the father she cannot help. The way this story is being told is also very much like a classic soap opera. Malcolm comes back with a deadly illness, a secret son shows up, the obvious donor is ruled out, and now the ex-husband that everyone has turned away from is being set up as a possible hero. Soap Hub says that Kane's redemption is at stake and that his help could remind Lily why she fell in love with him in the first place. That's not just a plot about transplants, it's a character reset that is hiding behind a medical emergency. The show has not yet confirmed that Kane is the only match, which is the one thing that keeps the title for the article from being a simple fact. The current spoilers confirm that Lily and Holden are both out, and Kane is the next big possible that the show is actively focusing on. If the twins don't match either, Kane could be Malcolm's last real hope. The story is still a race against time, not a solved equation until then. That's why the next episodes are so important. Lily starts to worry about Malcolm, Holden tells Kane about his new family situation, and Jack is stuck in other revenge fallout across town during the soap scene spoilers for April 13 to 17. The whole week is going in a direction where Kane's involvement may become necessary. The question is no longer whether the Winters family needs a miracle. It depends on whether Kane will be the one to give it. The most honest way to read the story is this: Malcolm's life is still in danger, the search for a donor is getting more difficult, and Kane is now the character who is most likely to be the one who can save him. If it turns out to be a match, the story could save Malcolm and change Kane and Lily at the same time. If it isn't, the show will have to make the family do something even scarier next. In any case, this is no longer just about tests. It's about whether Kane can step up in time for Malcolm to live. And this is where the story stops being just a medical crisis and it starts becoming something much deeper. Because let's be honest, this isn't only about Malcolm lives or dies. It's about who steps up when everything is on the line. And right now, all roads seem to be pointing to Kane, but not in a simple heroic way, in a complicated, emotionally messy way. In my opinion, that's why it makes this storyline so powerful, because Kane isn't the perfect savior, he is the last person Lily wants to need. And that creates a tension you can almost feel, because saving Malcolm could mean reopening wounds that never fully healed. But here's the real question: if Kane is the match, will Lily be able to separate gratitude from love, or will everything come rushing back at once? And what about Kane himself? Is this truly redemption, or is it the only moment where he proves who he really is, for better or worse. Because if you look ahead, this feels like a turning point not just for Malcolm's fate, but for the entire emotional balance of this family. I wouldn't be surprised if the show gives us a twist right at the edge. Maybe Kane is a match, but something else goes wrong, or maybe the truth comes out at the worst possible time. Because in true soap fashion, nothing comes easy, especially not second chances. And that's what keeps you watching, that uncertainty. That feeling is hope and heartbreak are walking side by side. So now I am wondering, do you think Ken will really be the one to save Malcolm? Or is the show setting us up for a shock no one sees coming? Stay close, because the next move in this story could change everything in a single moment.